because these people have the wrong mentality. They're living for today and not for the future. They think that why should we spend money?
Hello future leaders, now I'm Lim. I'm with the beautiful and very inspiring women beside me, Frederika. Alright, could you please introduce yourself first?
Okay, so my name is Frederika. I'm Miss Universe Indonesia 2019 or Putri Indonesia.
Oh my god. Give her applause! Yay! And as you know guys, as a Miss Universe Indonesia, Frederika must be so busy, and it's an honor for us to have an interview with you. Oh my god. So Frederika, how's your activity in Malaysia this week?
So I came here, this is like I think it's like I've been to Malaysia a couple of times, but it's my first time coming to another country as Miss Universe Indonesia. And I am honored and privileged enough to be invited to go be one of the speakers at Asian Youth International Model United Nations. And we actually did it last night, so that's all done and over with, and I'm glad because I think I did okay with my speech, and like I got my point across and people understood what my advocacy was, so it was a good platform for me to speak on. And yeah, I'm here to do some judging as well for this year's MUN and to see how everyone's doing, so it's going to be exciting the next few days.
Yeah. Hope you are enjoy with our event. So, how's your feeling and what is your opinion about our delegates last night?
Well, there's a lot of them. I mean, 1,500 delegates.
Oh, that's very lot.
A lot. But I can tell by the way that they were, like, the questions that they were asking, how they were during the event last night. They're all very serious and very dedicated to this year's event. They all are very inspiring. I mean, the questions they asked me after the event was finished, some of them came up to me and asked me, like, because these issues that were happening in their country and telling me about what they've done about it, and it was like, I was amazed at, like, how dedicated they are into starting their own career as, well, wanting to be a world leader, yes.
Alright. So, as a Miss Universe, we know that Miss Universe Putri Indonesia is a beauty pageant. So, what do you think about a beauty pageant, in your opinion?
A beauty pageant, in my opinion, I think it's a way of female empowerment. I honestly do, because the women that go on the stage, they're a spokesperson for their country. And they're not just all about looks, they're way more than that. I mean, they have amazing advocacies. They've done amazing, inspiring things in their lives. They have amazing stories, backgrounds. I mean, like, I think one of the contestants this year works at NASA, so that's just like an example of how inspiring that these women are. And I think it's a really good way to inspire the youth and women in general to speak up and to do more in their lives. I guess, like, whether it's through their hobbies, whether it's through their passion, work life.
Oh my god, that's really inspiring us. So, beside a beauty pageant, we know that beauty pageant is not a pageant only, but also have a program on it. So, what is your program on your mission?
Okay, so for this year, I've been doing my advocacy for a few years. I've been doing social work for a while now, but since I've been Miss Universe Indonesia, I've focused on my advocacy, which is birth certification, and I've actually started my NGO, which is called Voice for the Voiceless, where we advocate for the importance of birth certificates and also trying to create plans and solutions that can help the people who don't have it as well.
Oh my god, birth certificate. I think birth certificate is very fundamental for people, for making identity card, or maybe just for school,
and
healthcare and everything.
So it's like one problem, one issue that actually links with a bunch of other issues. That's what I found.
Yeah, have you found any challenge on your project, on your social project? Because on a social project is not really easy to to do that.
I mean, I guess there are a lot of challenges. One way is through educating these people. I mean, there's a lot of them. There's like in kids alone, there are 32 million of them in Indonesia who don't have birth certificates. So one way is like, how can I be a big enough impact and voice to reach these people, to educate them about how they can apply for a birth certificate, what are the government programs that they can follow, and ways and steps that they can take in order to simplify the process. Like, that's one of the hardest ways to communicate with them. But a way that I've been trying to handle it is, like, for me to go firsthand into the areas which are affected by it the most, which are the slums in Jakarta. So I've been visiting slums across Jakarta alone, just to test and research the causes of why they don't have birth certificates, and trying to educate them on what to do next, you know.
Oh, I see. So you have to convince the slum people over
and
there.
And also what the importance is, because there's like a lack of awareness of how important birth certificate is. Because they don't know that it actually can affect them in so many ways, like healthcare, education, employment, and other things. But because these people have the wrong mentality, they're living for today and not for the future, they think that why should we spend money for a piece of documentation that we rather spend it for food or other things, but it can actually help them in their lives later.
Yeah, you're very young, beautiful, and also very talented girl. So, but you think about our social life. You think about people. You think about something that it should have to. And moreover, have you convinced the authorities too, or maybe just only the slum people over there?
Okay. So there are a few things that we found out through our surveys of like what issues that these people are experiencing, and once I come back from Malaysia, because I've just started doing my survey and finishing off my research, I'm actually going to be bringing the research that I found to government officials in Indonesia, so ministers that are actually, it's their part of their criteria to help these people, and I just want to show them that, look, this is me as a person, like, as an Indonesian, I'm coming to you because I've seen what other people are, how they're affected by it, and this is what I found. And hopefully we can work together to create plans and solutions for the future.
Ah, I see. So you just do your social project, and of course, and I'm really curious. So how's the result of your social project?
I mean, the result is great. I mean, we have been giving, we just started. I mean, it's a very new project. It's only a few months old, but we have given a couple of kids in the slums. I mean, we have the data of over 1,000 kids now. And we're on our process of giving those kids who don't have a birth certificate and helping them to apply for one. So it's all paid for us, and we're trying to raise awareness, but not just awareness, but sponsorship, so we can give these kids that one important documentation.
Wow. That's very inspiring, guys. Oh my god, we can learn from you, and also you are inspiring other people to do the same, the social project, to solve the social problems, social issues in our life. There's so many, and of course, I'm a little bit curious. You are very young, and you are but also you are very busy on your time. So how to divide your time and to be more productive?
I guess it all goes down to planning and organizing. Organizing and planning is key, and planning for the future. So scheduling your time right, and always, even though I'm really busy, I always try to make some time where it's me time and break time, so you can refuel your energy. Because if you keep working like non-stop, you're gonna die out. Like, it's just too tiring for you. So you need some time for yourself as well, and that's like one of the tips that I have. Is I always make in my schedule, I always have me time, but the rest I always make sure that I plan my days really, really well and find out what's important and what's not. So make a priority list as well.
All right, don't forget me time, guys. Like that. And how about your activity during your preparation to the Miss Universe?
Well, it takes a lot of time, I guess. So you have to take care of your health, and of course this includes going to the gym, having a diet occasionally. I mean, I like to have cheat meals, especially when I'm traveling here in Malaysia. You know, I wouldn't mind having some nasi lemak. You know?
It's very tasty,
it's
right?
very tasty. But yeah, I guess apart from that, you have to continuously improve on your knowledge, so knowledge on world issues that are happening. And MUN was a great way for me to improve that, because I got to know what other people from different countries got to say about their issues that they're experiencing. You have to train, so like catwalk,
I
how to
see.
speak properly. I mean, it's kind of like, for me, it's kind of like running for a campaign, because it's you are running your campaign yourself. Like, you're a spokesperson for your country, so you have to start raising awareness of yourself, branding yourself as a person, and
Because you are an ambassador of your country, so you have to do your best to show off to the other countries. So
show the best of what Indonesia has to offer.
maybe the first crown will go to you. Hopefully, I mean, we have to pray for Frederika. Okay. Regarding to your program, I forgot to ask about the details. So, when we start the program, the Voiceless ID.
Voiceless.id. So it's a program that I have been interested in for a while, but as soon as I became Miss Universe Indonesia, I guess that gave me a voice and a larger platform to actually able to achieve it. So I think I've been starting it for a few months now. I mean, I was crowned Miss Universe Indonesia 5 months ago.
5 months
so
ago?
I guess you would say around 4 months?
4 months.
4 months. But I've been involved in birth certificates for a while, like the issue about it, like working with other organizations who actually focus on it as well. So yeah.
So how many places that you have visited?
Wow, places. I mean, I've been to a lot, mostly around Tangerang area as well, and also like areas in Jakarta, like Bintaro and other sections there, because I guess like the government, I mean the locals there are more welcoming as well to have a survey. And recently I just visited Bantar Gebang, which is one of the biggest rubbish dumps in Asia, I guess. And yeah, that was it was an eye-opener when I went there, because there's so many people who lives there, like a lot of people, and to see the amount of trash that is thrown to that place from Jakarta, it was like it was a real eye-opening experience and a call for change.
Oh my god, you're so inspiring. Oh my god. Yeah, Bantar Gebang is one of the area, like you say that the biggest area of rubbish over there.
And they haven't actually done originally before until recently. The rubbish was there just to be dumped. There was no like process to like recycle it. Not recycle it, but you can actually make processed garbage into other materials. Like you could process it into fuel or energy, and until recently there hasn't been that, so it was just there for the rubbish just to rot for years and years. But yeah, it's good to see that the government is realizing it and it's putting good programs for it.
Yes, there are so many children that haven't school.
A lot of kids that are unregistered as well, that don't go to school, that don't receive proper health care, that don't know anything about health care actually.
So you've been there for to change the condition over there. Oh my god! Applause, guys. So if future leaders want to follow your program, how can they find on that?
Okay, so I have an Instagram page, so like a social media page, so it's called voiceless.id. So it's an Instagram page for my advocacy, Voice for the Voiceless. And soon we're going to be publishing our own website where we're selling our own merchandise, so we can raise funds for these kids to achieve birth certificates.
I see.
So yeah, if you want to stay tuned, or if you want to collaborate perhaps, don't forget to check out the Instagram page.
Don't forget to follow.
And don't forget to follow as well.
Okay, so you have a social project that you doing it until now. Then, could you please to give us tips and trick how to having a social project and to do it well to the society?
Okay. I got a couple of people asking me this question before, and I think one important tip for me is that they have to realize that you can't just start a social project out of the blue, and you can't go from step A to step C straight away. There's like steps that you have to follow, and I think getting experience really helps. So the first step, I guess, for me is to figure out what you want to do. If you want to focus on female empowerment, let's say, there's so many ways that you can help female empowerment, like so many ways that you can empower women. For example, like a great advocacy that a previous Miss Universe did, which is Demi Lee. She had an advocacy to help women and teach them self-defense. So in areas where women don't have this, because I mean self-defense is very empowering for women as well. So figure out a niche, get experience from it, work with other NGOs and organizations that focus on what you want to do, and work step by step, collaborate with people, because you can't do it all by yourself. I tried to do that at the start. It's never gonna work. You have to work with a team, and yeah, really have a passion for it, because if you're passionate about it, you're gonna succeed. But if you're just doing it just for the sake of it, then I don't know.
Oh
Has
my
to come
god,
from your heart.
that's a beautiful sentence that
Yeah.
I've ever heard. Oh,
Thank
and
you.
that's very realistic. Yeah, if you do something with your passion, you can do your best.
Yeah, you can do your best. You're more motivated to do it.
Yes, of course. And how about beside your program, beside your social project? So, how to advocate the other authorities that related to your social project, such as birth certificate, you have to convince and advocate to the slums people in Bantar Gebang, such as Bantar Gebang or maybe Tangerang and so on. And have you convinced other authorities such as the government or something?
Okay. With the people themselves, I guess it just goes on to like telling them the consequences of birth certificates and the importance of it. So if you tell them why it matters, how it can change their child's life, it really helps, because educating the parents is very, very important to me. For authorities, I guess like having a platform like Voice for the Voiceless, you're teaching them, like you're creating awareness about these issues, and people are going to get drawn to it. Like a lot of people are talking about the issues since I've started Voice for the Voiceless, and I think that's getting media attention as well. So hopefully all this media attention and awareness that people are developed from my platform can also help the authorities like open their eyes to see what's happening to these people who live in the slums and the other 32 million children who don't have birth registration.
Oh, that's really great social project. So, have you made it by yourself or your team?
I have a lot of help from my team as well, but I am a perfectionist, so I tend to do things by myself, but I do have help from a lot of people. From my parents as well, they've helped me a lot. Both my parents they love to do humanitarian work. My mom loves to do humanitarian work, which focuses on like dogs and her shelter and everything. So I asked a lot of help and advice from her to how to start an own NGO, a yayasan in Indonesian, and how to like do all the paperwork, and asking my dad how to do like publicity, branding, media attention and everything. So yeah, I do have a team for it too.
Yes, of course, because if you are making a social project or something, you have to have a strong teamwork, so you can do everything that you want, that you focus on. Okay, this is the last questions for you. Could you please deliver a short message to our delegates and the future leaders around there?
Okay, sure. Any tips and advice for leaders? I guess for future leaders, I mean, people who are involved in MUN, they're already a step ahead in my opinion, because they're more aware of current issues that are happening, social issues that are happening around the world, social movements that are happening around the world. So definitely be focused on what's happening in your country, especially, because if you're a future leader and you want to work for your state, you have to understand that only the state has the power to actually create an impact to your country. So definitely be aware of the people, because the people are the most important part of any nation. So find out what your people want, what they're lacking, and how you can advocate for it. And honestly, if you're motivated and if you're passionate about what you're doing, I'm sure you'll do well. And I really hope that
all the future leaders, they can create amazing change because we are the future generation. We're the future of this world. You guys are the future of your countries, and I wish you guys all the best, and I hope you can do amazing things, great changes, and just to make the world a better place, I guess.
Yeah, because young people is because the world is in our hands.
Yeah, the world is in our hands, and to all the millennials, like, we have our own advantages of like social media and everything, and understand the way we communicate, what we've done recently, what we've advocated for. So I think that the way that the millennials are going, I think we'll see amazing progress in the future and changes.
Alright. That's it, guys, because oh my god, this is very inspiring talks to you with Frederika, and hopefully you can do your best in Miss Universe
Thank you
this
so
year.
much. Thank you.
Alright, this is our video. This is our talk about one inspiring thing with Frederika, and I hope to see you again in another video. Bye.